Be like, what day is it?
Every day, though.
It's Friday Eve.
I know, it's Friday Eve.
Yeah, we're
There
one
we
day closer.
go.
One day closer to the weekend. It's always like.
That is true. Hey, that's a good note to start us off with. Thank you so much for joining us for KARE 11 News at noon. It is officially summer, my friends, but some of that spring weather is definitely sticking around. More rain is in the forecast, and Cece, that could be an issue on the roads.
It is lots of flooding, and that's what I'm tracking, covering the detours around Highway 41 as crews deal with that flooding.
First, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather with that in mind.
Yes, we have several rounds of potentially heavy rain in the forecast in the coming days. I think today, however, most of the showers that we see are going to be fairly light. You can see they're just starting to push into the West Metro right now, light initially, but notice some heavy rain over parts of, say, southeastern South Dakota into the Sioux Falls area. And that part of the region is under a flood watch from 8 p.m. this evening through early Friday morning. That does include far southwestern Minnesota with several rounds of heavy rain. Some flash flooding is possible there. We're waiting on the National Weather Service to see if they're going to expand that closer to our neck of the woods. This is a forecast model right here that just shows us potential rainfall all the way through Sunday morning when drier weather is expected. And notice a lot of purple and even red on there, showing 1.5 inches to even 2+ inches of rain. We are looking at, again, several rounds of heavy rain in the forecast in the days ahead, including today. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast. Most of the rain showers we see today should be rather light, and that'll take us into the evening rush, probably 1/4 inch of rain or less. But some heavy rain, even some thunderstorms in the forecast late tonight and once again on Friday. We'll time out the best chances for rain and get you ready for the upcoming weekend just ahead. Alexis?
Ben, thank you. So many things to try to stay involved with. You know, right now, part of Highway 41 is shut down because of safety concerns. Rising waters are still creating issues for the road as well. And I know Cece has been tracking the cause of what's being done to fix it. What do we know?
Yes, actually, so I have a live look here along Highway 41 in Chaska, and you can see some of the roads here you can see starting to be blocked off. Crews have been out all afternoon, and they've been working since around 9 this morning on that road. But Highway 41 is closed in both directions until July 11th between Chestnut Boulevard and East 1st Street. Now, I've seen cars having to U-turn at different spots all afternoon, so just make sure to follow those detour signs in place. So that's the right now. But not only is the road closed, MnDOT crews are asking drivers to look out for flooding. Police say it'll stay closed until the water recedes and crews can repair any road damage. Again, happening between East 1st Street and Chestnut Boulevard. Now, if you keep going south, flooding was bad in that area yesterday. Flooding near Jordan has shut down a part of Highway 11. That's starting last night. So coming up at 12:30, I'll actually be tracking some other closures happening because rising waters are happening all across that area. Stay tuned for that, Alexis.
Cece, thank you. We're also tracking the aftermath of flooding in northern Minnesota. The area was hit hard with an estimated 5 to 7 inches of rain over just 24 hours earlier this week. In St. Louis County, just over an hour ago, leaders agreed to declare a state of local disaster. They say a total of 43 roads have been closed for damage assessment. One of the main roads connecting Hibbing to the town of Latonia is also flooded with about 3 feet of water. In town, many people's homes were flooded.
I opened up the basement door and, oh, I hollered, Sam! Basement's flooded. Sump pump must have quit working because it was past my ankles up. So it's like, yep, we got water. So he was up all night making sure the sump pump worked because it quit working. So he was down every 10 minutes.
And with more rain on the way, people are preparing their basements for flooding. Park employees in the Arrowhead region are encouraging anyone to call ahead if you have any trips planned up that way for the weekend. In just 4 hours, packet pickup begins for racers running Grandma's Marathon in Duluth. Organizers are monitoring the weather and plan to release more details today. For now, the race is a go. Participants and spectators are told to wear warm, waterproof clothes. If anything changes, we'll have updates for you on KARE11.com. Minneapolis Parks and Rec workers are back at the bargaining table right now. It's just been just over a day since hundreds voted to authorize a strike. Now, if they don't make any progress with the city today, the workers union could file a strike notice. The more than 200 union members are asking for what they describe as basic safety protections, affordable and equitable health care, and more pay. Union reps say 94% of ballots were in favor of authorizing a strike in Tuesday night's vote. There's an unusual mystery in Kato. Officials are also asking for your help to help figure out who released more than 1 million gallons of water from fire hydrants all around the city. Here's what we know.
I'm in Russell in Cokato, where city officials say they're frustrated. That's because multiple people over the weekend opened up multiple different fire hydrants, letting out over 1.1 million gallons of water, nearly completely draining the city's 2 water towers. They say this isn't the first time this has happened. In fact, about 3 years ago, someone else did this to them, also draining quite a bit of water for them. Anyone with information is encouraged to call the Wright County Sheriff's Office at the number you see on your screen.
Well, today marks a milestone in the project to transform St. Paul's Midway area. It starts with a new kind of playground. Audrey Russo brings us there.
By 3:30 this afternoon, the Minnesota United Village will be opening up here in St. Paul in the Snelling Midway area. You can see this playscape, very tempting to go on and play on. I'm not going to do it because the ribbon's not cut yet, but it's made for kids of all abilities with handicap accessible equipment so kids can play together. This is just one part of a larger development project for this area of the city. It's something that's been in the works since before the pandemic. Take a look at what the area looked like back in 2016. You can see it was a concrete slab with parking but no attractions. Allianz Field in 2019 represented the first big step in changing that, but the pandemic and 2020's unrest put the remainder of the redevelopment on hold. You can see this is what the goal is, a vibrant community around the soccer field, complete with green spaces, a movie theater, commercial and retail buildings. The next phase of construction, which is a hotel, could start later on this year or early next. As for Minnesota United Village, this is a space for kids of all abilities. It includes swings and slides and structures, all on the east side of Allianz Field. But again, PK's Place opens at 3:30. This is a playground, and this is not the only large loon that's going to loom large over the capital city. We're told that there's going to be a large loon statue that's installed later on this summer. That's going to be at the intersection of Snelling and University Ave. Back to you.
Over at Target Field, developers are holding the grand opening of North Loop Green. The mixed-use space is on 5th Street and holds a 14-story office building with more than 365,000 square feet of office space and retail. The residential side is 36 stories and includes 350 units. And man, one heck of a view right down to the Twins home stadium. You can get a better look at the buildings during a block party at the Green this Sunday from noon to 5. A look at what's happening nationally. The White House is bracing for a major abortion law decision from the Supreme Court before justices go on break just days from now. The case focuses on whether a federal law to allow emergency medical abortion care can override state abortion bans. In the case, the Biden administration is suing Idaho, saying the state must allow an abortion if it will stabilize a parent, even if their condition is not yet life-threatening. Idaho argues the administration is trying to retrofit the law. A new poll is unveiling details about how women feel about voting in the upcoming election. The policy research firm KFF spoke with more than 3,000 women. 70% reported feeling frustrated with the race, and 60% say they're not satisfied with the options on the ballot. Perhaps the most significant part of the survey, 1 in 5 women say they are less motivated to vote in this election compared to the past.